I think the mangrove tank's time has come. So after being sick for a week, we finally cleaned up all of the tanks, and the mangrove tank is not looking good. As you may know, the mangroves themselves have stopped growing ever since I cut them to promote branch growth. I think I have stunted their growth. I then added Chaeto Grow to try and promote growth with adding an iron supplement, and that has just created a heap of algae in the tank, from bubble algae to hair algae. Not to mention there are also a ton of flatworms in this tank, along with my other two reef tanks, but this one in particular is pretty bad. So I think at this point, for the channel's sake and focusing on these two aquariums here, it's time for this tank to get broken down. The cleaner shrimp that's in there will most likely end up in the 30-gallon just because this is the most established tank and I feel like it's the best fit for them. But as for the mangroves themselves, they are still growing prop roots and the trunks themselves seem like they're getting thicker, so I'm confused on how that's growing, but the branches aren't, so I still want to try and save these plants. I don't know if the best route is to either put them in a saltwater tote with a nutrient-rich substrate or just plant them in dirt and see how they do, but I definitely want to try and keep them. Now, if you're sad about this, I am right there with you. This is not what I wanted to happen. I definitely love having my mangroves in this lagoon tank setup, but it's kind of at a point where I don't know if it's even worth trying to save with the flatworms, the algae, and then the mangroves not even doing well in this system. I feel like it's best to break it down and maybe try to start again at some point. This will not be my last time keeping mangroves. I've learned a lot keeping these two for the first time over the past couple of years. So there is a lot of things I would change in doing a new setup for mangroves. As for what could go right here, I don't plan on putting anything in the meantime or even the near future because I just want to focus on these two tanks right now, considering this one's not doing so well and there's flatworms in both of them. So I want to get these two tanks locked in.